coming in here, one of the things is, like, everybody's talking about this game this week, right? But you weren't here last year to go through those 2 games. Like, what's it like being a part of the build-up to this game while, like, knowing maybe the bruises that are there for some of your teammates from last year?
I mean, the bruises are definitely there. And just hearing, everybody kind of speak up about, I could have been better here, I could have been better there, and trying to correct it and trying to go out here and get a win again in a hostile environment. So, I'm looking forward to it. That's the thing about, the National Football League is sometimes you don't get an opportunity, but sometimes you get another opportunity. So we got a big opportunity ahead of us.
Emmanuel, when you look at the offense on the other side, do you go into this saying, we've got to be aggressive. We know we're going to have to score points regardless of what our defense does, just knowing how talented they are on that side of the ball?
One thing that I know about this team is that we're a great football team. I've seen a lot of teams over my career, and we're a great football team. And sometimes, when you get in games like this, you start to hear the narrative that we're playing against them and we gotta be this and do that and do that. But I'm big on we just gotta be ourselves, play our brand of football, and go out and execute our plays and do what we do. Win our matchups, do your job, and I feel like everything else will take care of itself. I'm not too big on the narrative in terms of we got to go out and do more, right? We just got to do what we do. And I feel like if we do that, then we'll go out and we'll be able to win this game.
I recognize that ultimately it's a coaching decision in terms of, 4th down situations where maybe you kick a field goal as opposed to go for it, or maybe a punt as opposed to going for it. But in those types of situations, knowing the talent that you guys have offensively, is there ever a time where you're not campaigning to stay on the field and wanting to go for it?
It's not up to me. To me, I'm looking at McDermott. If McDermott make the call, I'm like, all right, let's go. My man is in front of me. If the ball's coming to me, do my job, move the chains, score points, win games, go home, drink a couple beers, go to sleep, right? Like that's just my life, and so I'm just here to do my job. And if McDermott call it, he call it. But if he don't, he don't. I respect his decision, and like I said, we got a great football team. This is a great organization, and I believe in them.
Emmanuel, you just talked about how not to do more, just to stay within yourself when it comes to an opponent like this. This team, though, could be, based on last year, could have gotten psychologically into the Bills' heads in some ways where, they lost to them twice and they weren't very close.
Yeah.
And it's the team that is standing in the Bills' way. What, in your experiences, have maybe you've encountered where you've had those teams that have had your number, and then what's it take to get past them?
Yeah, so, I'm a big believer in just let the work speak for itself. All right, we're facing the Chiefs. We got another opportunity. Obviously, they lost to them last year. But at the end of the day, out on the practice field, Steph posted on his Instagram, he said, it's time to go back to work. And that's right after the Texans game. And right after the Chiefs game, we're going to say, let's go back to work. And we're just going to let the chips fall where they may. We're going to do everything that we possibly can do to win games and, let the work speak for itself. I'm not a big believer in, this psychological mentality of I got to do this. I just go to work every day and I stick to my routine, and I hope that the rest of the team is doing the same and don't even listen to it, because at the end of the day it's football, and we just got to go out and execute, like I said, at a high level in a hostile environment. It's not gonna be easy. But at the same time, these are the challenges you want. It shows the type of football team we could be. And, win, lose, or draw, we'll learn from it and we'll move on. And hopefully, playoff football, if we're able to, get in. Obviously, we got to keep, winning. But if we're able to get in, hopefully we can learn from as the season progresses and, see where we end up, at the end of the season.
Emmanuel, are you surprised that this Chiefs defense is giving up so many points, so many yards, given the amount of starters and the amount of guys they have back on that side of the ball?
For me, I'm big on nameless great faces. Don't even care about the stats, because at the end of the day, they're saying we're coming in there. They got, myself, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. Who knows? These guys, any given Sunday, they could come and show up and be the number one defense, right? And so I try not to get caught up in that as well. And I'm sorry I keep saying that, but I don't get caught up in that. Like, I'm big on just staying consistent within myself and doing my job and staying true to my technique. And every Sunday, I'm trying to dominate an opponent. I'm not going in saying this is going to be an easy matchup because I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't done that before. And over my career, I've learned to not even think that way. To go in, and if he's a rookie or a seasonal vet, like everybody has something to prove, and everybody has an ego, and everyone has pride, and everybody wants to put it on tape, and no one wants to get embarrassed. And so, they're going to come out and compete, and I'm going to try to compete, and, I'm trying to win every play and dominate every play.
Being a veteran on this team, do guys kind of maybe lean on you, or do you try to emphasize more of making this game not bigger than what it is inside the building?
Yeah, just keep everything light, right? Just keep it light, have fun. I'm big on, football is a game. When I was in high school, it was no cameras. I got to college, it was 1 to 2. Now NFL, it was like 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11. Go to Super Bowl, it's like 100 of them. But, at the end of the day, it's just a game that we're playing, so you got to have fun in doing it, but you also got to work your butt off. And so I'm big on that and keeping it light, but having fun as well. And, Josh is at his best, too, when he's having fun, when he's being himself, when he's competing at the highest level, but at the same time relaxing, chilling, but thinking smartly and thinking correctly. And so, it's energy that you try to spread throughout the entire team, and I feel that energy, this week.
Big things that have been talked about from last year's AFC title game was the physicality of their defensive backs. How much do you, we've talked about your play style and the fact that you like kind of going in that backyard football mindset.
Yeah.
You embrace that, like the physicality.
Yeah, so I definitely, and that's one thing psychologically I have to get ready for and already prepare for and already kind of envision. Everybody know the Chiefs, they get up in your face, they want to go man to man, and they're gonna tug and they're gonna grab and they're gonna be aggressive, and they're gonna do it over and over and over for almost 50 to 40 plays, right? And so that can get tiring as well, and just battling all game. But I'm already psychologically, mentally ready for it, and so that's the good thing about watching tape and knowing your opponent. So we're ready for it, I feel like.
When did you, all these things you say, I'm big on this, I'm big on that. Was there something that throughout your career, was there a moment that it switched? Was there a time you took an opponent lightly and got punched in the mouth or something like that? I know you've done this for a while, but
only imagine over a 12-year career, you learn church stuff, right? And when I first came into the league, I can't say that I was a pro. I think I've learned how to be a pro, and I've been in big games, I've been in small games and lost small games, and I've won games that people said that we weren't supposed to win, and I've done stuff that people said I wasn't supposed to do. And throughout the journey, I've just learned, and I guess it's just my routine and my way of thinking and my way of going to work. And, I feel like, over my career, the reason why I'm here talking to you guys is because every day, no matter win, lose, draw, no matter what it is, I let everything go and I move on and I go right back to work. Whether if I have a 200-yard game, 180-yard game, or a drop a pass, I go right back to work. And so, I'm a big believer in that.